What is your profession?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my new YouTube channel. I will be showing you today the DPS Axe Sword Warrior, which is the perfect build if you want to assault far and if you want to be able to kill the enemy home bunker as well. So first of all, we will be using the longbow and the axe sword. On the longbow you want to have the sigil of doom and the sigil of battle. You can also go for the sigil of energy instead of the sigil of battle if you prefer to have a bit more survivability, but the sigil of doom is actually quite of a must to have that little bit of more pressure, since the poison effect decreases the healing effect by 33% as long the enemy is poisoned, so it's a must have. It also is a 6-second poison, so that's pretty good. On the melee weapons you will be using the sigil of air and the sigil of intelligence. Well, it's pretty obvious why we're going to use those two. Now the difference between the sigil of air and the sigil of fire, now a lot of people don't know it, but the sigil of fire on the other hand is actually an AoE. It also has a 2-second more cooldown, and the third thing is that it does less damage compared to the sigil of air. So the sigil of air is perfect for single target focus right here. So first of all, it has a lower cooldown, it focuses on one enemy, and it hits way more. So that's a perfect thing to have right here. So for the runes we're gonna be using the runes of strength. So yes, we're gonna be able to stack some might again. I will be showing you after I explain the build how to decently stack might. If you didn't saw my my handbow guide yet, I will be showing you here again with the bow. For the amulet we're gonna be using Celestial Amulet because it's kind of balanced, a hybrid amulet. It gives stats everywhere, as you can see. It's also pretty strong. Now one of the most important things why we're gonna use Celestial Amulet is not only for the ferocity but also for the condition damage, because with this build right here you got the pin down with 6 stacks of bleeding, but you also got the amazing and famous torment on the offhand sword. Of course it needs to hit, it's an obvious projectile, so you kinda need to time it right. You kinda need to wait till the enemy wasted his 2 dodges or wasted the cooldowns. So yeah, you really need to time it. You just can't throw it. It's very essential if you just aim it and wait at the right time. Now for the traits we will be using 20620 sorry. So the 2 in strength, I see a lot of people using the Great Fortitude trait, which is utterly waste in my opinion, because this is a trait to gain more vitality. Now I do wonder why it's in the strength trait. I know it transfers, it converts power into vitality, but if we gonna choose for the strength trait line, we want to see damage, we want to see blood, we want to see ownage, we don't want to see more HP. A warrior has enough survivability as it is, so it's much better if you take the dual wielding one, which grants more DPS if you're using weapons in the offhand like a sword, mace and axe. So, and we have the sword in the offhand, so this trait does work with the whole melee set right here. Now the 6 in defense we're gonna go with 5, 9 and 11. Now it's your choice if you want to go for the 5 for the reflect missiles whenever you're blocking with 5 right here, or if you want to go sure-footed, because we only gonna use 2 stances right now instead of 3. Well, actually we are still gonna use 3. The third one will be passively. Now if we are gonna use 2 stances, then it's up to you if you want to have increased stance durations or if you want to reflect missiles whenever you're blocking. Now in my opinion they're both equally good, but the reflect missiles puts an extra pressure if you're fighting, let's say, a Shadow Mesmer with a greatsword, because their greatsword 2 is also a projectile. You can reflect it, or like, let's say, a condition thief or a normal thief with a short bow. You all reflect those missiles back to the target, to the caster, to the enemy caster. So yeah, the reflect missiles is pretty good, but if you just want to have more survivability instead of DPS or pressure, you can go for sure-footed, and as you can see, instead of 8 seconds berserker stance or 8 seconds stability, it's now 10 seconds. Also, normally like here you can see, if I take 5 again, the passive effect Endure the Pain, which procs when you got 25% health threshold, the duration is only 4 seconds. It's exactly the same as the as the utility right here. But if I'm gonna activate the sure-footed trait, it increases the stance durations right here, but also from the passive one. As you can see, it's also 5 seconds now. So that's something I want to show you guys. So that's pretty interesting to know. So yeah, but I'm going to change back to missile deflection. Now for the 6 and discipline, we will be going for 3, 8 and 11. Why 3? Since we are not going for the CNET mastery, we will lack some swiftness for like let's see, the swiftness is 30 seconds and the cooldown is 60 seconds. Well, actually we will be lacking swiftness for 30 seconds. So when you're going to melee, like for these weapons right here, you have an increase of 25% movement increase. Now you do have to know the swiftness of the boon and the trait does not stack. It's not like you're gonna have 58% movement speed increase. No, it's either one of them. If you got swiftness, this trait, well, you won't notice because it's 25%. It's slower than the swiftness boon right here. But if you don't have swiftness, this trait will apply when you're wielding melee weapons only. So not when I'm switching the bow. As you can see, I'm running much slower, and when I switch to melee weapons, I'm running 25% faster. So yeah. For the third trait, for the second trait, we will be going for the destruction of the empowered. So the more boons your enemy got, the more damage you're gonna deal. So let's say you wanna hit a certain bunker guardian. Your team is focusing on the bunker guardian, so you're focusing on it as well. And let's say he got 5 to 6 boons. Well, each boon grants 3% more damage increase onto you. So if the enemy bunker guard is running 5 boons on him, or let's say he just used save yourselves, which gives 6 boons, your additional damage will be 18%. So the more boons your enemy got, the more damage you're gonna do. Of course, with the save yourselves, protection is also in it, which grants 33% damage reduction. So basically it will your damage will only hit for like minus 20% because of his protection boon. So yeah, you need to be careful about that. It's better if you burst at the time whenever your target doesn't have protection. Now for the last trait right here, we're going for 11 for the burst mastery. It's a typical and logical trait right here, the burst mastery. So like let's say we got a full bar of adrenaline right here, and we're gonna use the fire field. Well, normally it should be empty if you don't use this trait, but if you use this trait, it will only spend 2 bars, because 33% of 100% is equally went 1 bar, because each bar is 33%, like you can see right here. It's 3 bars, so 1 bar is 33%, so this trait is perfect. So instead of wasting all 3 blocks, it will just be 1 block of adrenaline left. So yeah, that's pretty good. So basically, how do you need to utilize your strength runes? So basically, First get some adrenaline up, like right here, and I'm gonna show you how to stack might decently. I'm gonna go to 2 bars, that's more than enough. Now do know the amount of adrenaline you got doesn't mean you this fire field will deal more damage. The more adrenaline you got here with the burst, with the fire field right here, just makes it so that the more adrenaline you got, the bigger your fire field is gonna be. So if you have only 1 bar of adrenaline, it will be a very small fire field, like the same one with the staff 2 from Illy and fire attunement. It's kind of the same radius. So yeah. So we're gonna put no, not yet. We're gonna first immobilize the target like we should. Now we put the fire field, now we blast, and now we eviscerate. Now why would we eviscerate? That's for the fire shield. Now what does a fire shield do exactly? Every time you get hit, every second you will gain 1 stack of might. So you need to be sure your enemy is hitting you, or you gain hits from AoE or something, and while you have the fire armor or the fire shield on you, you will gain each second 1 stack of might. So that's pretty good. Now the second bonus of a fire shield is also each time the attackers are hitting you, they will get some burning damage. It won't be that much, but since we are using celestial amulet and also stacking might, that does a bit of good damage actually, because each condition damage is more than welcome on this build, because not only because of the celestial amulet, but also due to the might, you will gain more condition damage right here. So like you see, it's now 434, but might doesn't only give power, it also gives condition damage. Now that's a lot of people don't know. If you never played condition Mancer before, like a Necro or let's say a condition engineer, you won't notice. You won't no, you shouldn't know this actually. But if you did play condition Mancers and you did play just straight DPS like this one, kinda of experience, you get to know this condition damage bonus right here you get from might. So you see I got 1800 power right here and 434 condition damage. Now as we all know, if I activate the Signet of Rage, it grants me 5 stacks of might. So I'm gonna activate it right now, and you can see I got 609 condition damage now. So the more might I have, the more condition damage I have. It has nothing to do with power. So yet again, I will get my adrenaline to 2 bars full, and I will stack some more might, and I will try to get like 8 stacks of might or something, and you will see it will be a bit more. It will be somewhere about 700 and a bit. So here we go, fire field, blast, eviscerate, and now deal a bit damage right this. So I can switch to bow, and I gain my 3 stacks of might to switching to bow because of the sigil of battle. So the more might you have, the more condition damage you have, so the more pin down hurts and the more impale hurts. Those will be your other 2 second rank DPS, because your first rank DPS will be here, your eviscerate. That's your main concern right here. Your eviscerate has a pretty low range, so if I do it from here, I won't hit the guy. So it's better if you train this on the golems first, the combos and stuff. But try to use eviscerate and impale right when the enemy is either immobilized or when the enemy has wasted his dodges. So you really need to count dodges. If you see the enemy has dodged twice, then it's the time to actually use the impale or the eviscerate if you're close enough. So you don't really need to stick at a certain rotation, because the higher you get in on the leaderboard, the more people will have experience fighting your sort of build. So they will know, okay, he immobilized me, the impale is gonna come, so okay, now I will use like an immune, or I will use Aegis, I will use stealth, or teleport away. So you kinda need to play not on an obvious way. You kinda need to play unpredictable. So sometimes you just when you switch the bow and you immobilize, you put the fire field and you put the blast. Don't do the eviscerate right away, because in the higher rank leaderboards they will know you well do. So wait till he dodges again, and once he wasted his dodges, then it's time to immediately eviscerate if you're close enough. So you need to play a bit unpredictable. Some might think you're a noob or something and don't know the rotation. There are rotations, by the way, like I just showed you. If you change the bow, immobilize, put the fire field, blast it with bow 3 and do the eviscerate, you get, that's the rotation right here, and put torment afterwards if he dodges. Well, that's a rotation right here. But basically in the higher ranked leaderboards, I mean, I've noticed it as well, the home burkers are so experienced, they kinda know your rotation of your build. So basically it's better to sometimes play unpredictable. Try to stick with the rotations as much as possible. If it's working out for you, just stick with it. But if it's not working out, just play unpredictable. Just play unlogical. Just spam impale as much as you can. Try to auto attack as much as you can as well, so you don't waste any cooldowns. So you force the enemy to waste his dodges as much as possible. Yeah. So for the utilities, we will be using Berserker Stance, Balance Stance, Zenith of Stamina, and Zenith of Range. For the Zenith of Stamina, only use this as a passive one, never activate this one. Exactly the same counts for the Healing Zenith, never activate this one. So keep it passively. It's a pretty good active healing. So yeah, there you go. If you got any questions whatsoever, you just comment on this video below. Basically you can also contact me in game with sending an in-game mail to terrorsquad.2349. I will answer it as soon as possible, because I'm every day online, so you don't need to worry. I will post my name right here on the screen, so if you want to contact me, if you got a question, or if you want to give me a cookie, just send me a mail to my account name right there. I won't be showing gameplay today because my team is rather lacking at the moment. My teammate online until 8 o'clock. So yes, I will close it off for now. Just train on the combinations I just showed you guys. If you got any questions, like I said, comment on the video or send me an in-game mail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support me in the future, and you're free to also comment about the video as a whole, so I can improve myself in the future. You're free to send me private messages on YouTube regarding my video editing stuff, or maybe some ideas you might have. All is very welcome. I accept all feedback. Just don't be a hater, because haters gonna hate. Yeah. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Good night. Bye.